We're back. We're back. Everyone, nobody panic. We're back. We are here, and here we are once again. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Waiting for people to trickle back in. Waiting for people to trickle back in. Do 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 do. Back. Oh, whoa! What's this? Did all mine try to destroy the stream? Something did. Notably, I don't even have my second monitor on right now, so unless it's the sheer fact that it's plugged in, can cause issues. I'm getting more and more concerned that it's just something with my PC, but. I really thought we had it figured out, but maybe not. Maybe not. All right, Iguazu, let's see how you deal with the dual gats. Welcome back, Tom. Thank you. Damn computer. I'm thinking maybe it's the strain. Like, because there could be multiple things going on, right? Because what happened there was OBS crashed. And OBS crashing crashed Armored Core. That's different from, like, all my screens flickering and everything getting weird and buggy. So I'm wondering if there's two different issues going on here, right? If it's partially my dual monitor setup in the old TV that I'm using as my second monitor, and then if it's partially, like, big modern games with high graphical fidelity, like Armored Core, Cyberpunk, Baldur's Gate 3, whatever, pushing my RAM just a little too hard when I'm streaming. And maybe those are the two different issues that we run into. I don't know. Because that was a different issue than what we have been experiencing. And it's not one that I normally experience. So that's possible. That's possible. And then to upgrade my RAM, I have to get a new motherboard. So got to save up for that, I guess. Oy, oy. Or start. What do people have nowadays? Not Ko-Fi. Throne or something. Isn't there a thing that people do where it's like, oh, person donated X amount towards buying this thing? I see that shit all the time on, like, Twitter and stuff. Obviously, just throw a motherboard on there and see what happens. Or just, you know, wait until my birthday and ask for it for that. If I need to save my money. But, all right. Regardless, we've got dual gats. We're going back in. We're on the cusp of crushing Iguazu. Do I even need the dual gats? Probably not. But I just feel like ending his miserable existence so we can be done with this. How much RAM do I have? 16 currently. And it's DDR4, not 5.
Main system activating combat mode.
Raven, all mine's real goal. It's to release them.
C4621, Raven. C-pulse wave mutation. Air. You are the trigger for coral release. We will make you one with us.
I don't care about the big...
All right, this was a terrible start.
Main system activating combat mode.
Like his slow walk towards us like he's such hot shit.
Raven, all mine's real goal. It's
That actually hit me.
C4621, Raven. C-pulse wave mutation. Air. You are the trigger for coral release. We will make you one with us.
I don't care about the big plan. I just want that damn freelancer dead. Freelancer. You killed me. Not just once. Well, there's a whole lot of us inside of me now. Dregs with a grudge.
Iguazu. This body won't.
So the linear rifle definitely lets me put damage out faster, but that's not necessarily what we need. We might need the consistency and the stagger more.
I'll kill you and the freelancer.
God, he's so zippy.
Air. Your siblings will surely welcome us.
God, my FCS can't keep track of it.
AP at 50%.
Like, I've been trying to lock onto him, and I couldn't even seem to lock onto him.
Now, Raven.
Dispose of them, Iguazu. Iguazu.
I have not landed a single grenade cannon hit this entire fight.
No one can stop you now.
I said I don't care about All Mind. You want some of this? I'll give it to you.
Oh my god.
AP at 50%.
Okay. So now I'm shaking because of my game and stream crashing.
Raven, All Mind's real goal.
Turns out it's really hard to be consistently focused in a game like this when you're worried about everything crashing at a moment's notice.
C pulse wave mutation. There. You are the trigger for coral release. We will make you one with us.
I don't care about the big plan. I just want that damn freelancer dead. Freelancer. You killed me.
Iguazu. This
There we go. Also have DDR4 3200 RAM, but I recently went 32 gigabytes because UE5 needed it. Yeah, yeah. That's why I think I need to up it. But I upped it. I got 32 gigs of DDR5, but the issue is my motherboard doesn't support DDR5. So that's why I need a new motherboard.
Irregulars.
All
I'll
right.
support you, Raven.
That damn noise. It was you all along. I'll kill you and the freelancer.
We got Iguazu. Stop teleporting.
Air. Your siblings will surely welcome us.
Now, Raven.
Dispose of them, Iguazu.
2 repair kits remaining.
Iguazu. You are one with All Mind. No one can stop you now.
I said I don't care about All Mind. You want some of this? I'll give it to you.
Right and left hand ammunition at 50%.
It is pretty satisfying just getting him staggered and laying into him with Gatling
Shut
cannons.
up! I'll shut you all up!
Here we go.
It's resonating.
Iguazu, what are you?
I think it becomes easier to stagger in this phase, too.
Interference.
It definitely feels like I'm dealing more stagger damage to him.
I can't fight anymore.
Fire? Thank you.
They're gone. The ringing, the stupid voices. It's all clear now. I feel good. Now, it's just you and me.
Yes, it is,
It's
Iguazu.
always so easy for
And I
you.
finally figured out the
The
trick.
man who can do it all. What makes you special?
You were a mistake, Iguazu. Irregular.
Goodbye. Peace finally at last. Oh, there he goes.
I always envied you.
If you go for a DDR5 motherboard, would your CPU be supported? I would imagine so. I've got an i7.
Freelancer. Who had it all?
Pretty sure. Oh, sit down, Iguazu, you bastard. Sea Spider really went get down, Mr. President, twice. Oh, man. What a fight.
Plan. Humanity. Creation's potential.
We have the trigger.
This is a sick looking AC. Goodbye, All Mind. Rest in pieces. Which i7? I'll have to check once we're done here. I can't recall off the top of my head. Whoa, okay. Oh. Fires of Ibis, anybody?
Coral release. Isn't it beautiful?
That's very Dark Souls.
Thank you, Raven.
So, have we all become one? To quote a particularly good song from Transistor. Time to become spaghetti? Maybe. This is fine. Possibly.
Raven, you're finally awake.
Oh. Why are we back in Loader 4? Whoa. Whoa, frame rate?
The coral has carried us, disseminated us across the stars. Now, we're everywhere. Anywhere.
Oh my god, we've become the Geth.
Let's meet this new age together.
Interesting.
Main system, activating combat mode.
Oh, nice. Absolutely phenomenal ending. And now we get the credits. Anyone who didn't play all 3 new games in this did not play the full game. What an incredible, not just like Armored Core experience, but just experience in general. Alright, chat, we're gonna let the credits play and then we'll talk. Gotta remember to respect your video game devs. Respect these people's names. Very nice. Very, very nice. Reached ending Alia Jacta Est, and Stargazer cleared all missions. Awesome. Very, very, very nice. Oh. Very nice. Yeah, absolutely adore that ending. That is a very Armored Core ending in all the best ways. All three endings are, but that is... It's morally gray, but also seems to have a very hopeful bent to it, which not all Armored Core games have going for them at all. Again, see Nexus. That just ends with you desperately fighting for survival as the screen goes black and all of your ammo runs out, and the final thing you find out is that the pulverizers flattened humanity on the surface again. But for the most part, very Armored Core, and I really, really, really liked it. That was excellent. Obviously, we're having a little bit of a conversation in chat there as well. I think it's more akin to more Desperately Trapped, Tom. I don't think so. The idea now is that, like, there's no more hunger. There's no more wealth disparity. There's none of that. Like, you just are the coral, and you still have a physical form, or you can assume a physical form utilizing machinery. And no one's going to fight over the coral anymore. No one's going to be subjected to horrific experiments. None of that. Whether, people want that and thus was morally correct to force upon them is a completely different conversation. I think it's a fair conversation to have. But in terms of the ascension and how that benefits people, I think that's pretty clear. Since energy availability is going to be even more of a prescient concern, as will the ability to repair the AC in other vehicles. Well, I don't think energy is going to be a concern. We are the energy. If everyone is coral, like, we just are our own energy source. This is the least bad ending IMO. No genocide, no more coral wars, probably. I don't think there can be coral wars. Rate the game 1 out of 10 to compare it to other similar games. Just a suggestion. I mean, like, there are a couple of design decisions that I don't like in this. I don't like the removal of inner parts like radiators and radar and stuff like that, because it does take away from, and like things like part tuning, fiddly little things from older Armored Core games that were really, really good and that I really enjoyed. So I would like to see those return, and as such, I can't give it like a perfect rating. Also, certain things like the way certain bosses function, like I still agree with the kind of angry commentary that I was giving about the fight with Iguazu, or even like Air in her boss battle, where having bosses that can suddenly just teleport and break the conventions that the game has established over the whole game, I don't super agree with, and I also don't agree with the auto lock system. I still don't like that. So with those things said, I think it is a 9 out of 10, because, and I mean, I don't typically give like number ratings, but since you asked, I will here. And everything else about it is great. I mean, the voice acting is phenomenal. The story is phenomenal. The visuals are incredible. Every single core, every single part looks awesome in its own way. The depth of customization, both in terms of just like paint and decals, but then also how you want your core to function, what weapons you want to use, what parts you want to have, how you want your build overall to work, is unquestionably awesome. And just every mission is so, so cool. It's so much fun. There's so much going on. It's phenomenal. Every aspect of the game, except for those couple nitpicks, is phenomenal. Absolutely. I think this is a standout as one of the best Armored Core games of all time, which really shouldn't be surprising given From's pedigree, how much game dev experience they've had since Armored Core 5 Verdict Day, how much more money they have, the size of their team, all that type of stuff. It makes sense that this game would be as good as it is. It's definitely up there with Nexus for me, is probably my top 2 favorite Armored Core games of all time. And I mean, that's high praise, because Nexus holds a very, very special place in my heart. You say that until some coral human hybrid decides to repeat all of humanity's past mistakes. Don't count on humanity's ability to evil stuff. See, that's the thing though, right? Like, humanity is fundamentally different now from how it ever was before. Like, we don't know much about how Coral and like the hive mind and like mutant voices in the Coral work, but now we're all basically mutant voices. We all have that kind of, presumably have anyway, that sort of hive mind mentality. So that's going to dramatically change the way we function. I don't think we can really take human functioning throughout history as we know it and assume or apply that to what's going to happen with the human coral hybrids. $61 just wanted a cool mech girlfriend. Also that. Cool, we need to bring back the best AC mechanic, overheating. I mean, I think it could definitely be worked in there somehow. Yet there's so much about the human experience that I would imagine is lost unless the individual is able to indeed be anything anywhere. Well, right, and that's kind of where that moral question comes in. Like, the very nature of fusing two different forms of life together like that, especially two different forms of life that are so diametrically different, right? Like the individual human fleshy experience that is humanity versus the hive mind sentient energy wave weapon, like potentially sort of existing on a different plane of existence experience that is being Coral, you know? So like, yeah, things that are very human are probably going to be lost, just as things that are very Coral are probably going to be lost. Both sides are going to be dramatically changed. But given what we've seen of the Armored Core universe, and like, if stuff like this is happening on Rubicon, imagine what the rest of the system or galaxies or universe looks like, right? What these different corporations are doing. Like, if they're willing to just blatantly go to war with the government on one planet, imagine what things look like elsewhere, right? So by doing this, this might be kind of the nuclear option, the dramatic way to bring everyone up out of that mire. And if it's anything like any other Armored Core game that we've ever seen, it is absolutely a mire. And yeah, things about humanity are lost in the process, but the overall collective is benefited far more. Or at least that seems to be the implication that I'm getting here. If the game is to break trust in the common language it's been speaking, it had best be doing so for a good reason. Thumper is a game that does this for a good reason. I know of Thumper, but I don't know enough about it to know where it would have broken its design conventions. Absolutely a FromSoft ending in the best ways. Oh, yeah. Well, it's a FromSoft ending in the way that it makes you think about it. Like, is this good? Like, I think about Dark Souls 3 with the Snuff the Flame ending, right? Where it's implied that it is, in the long term, the best thing for humanity, right? To end this false light once and for all and let humanity's nature come to and actually be what it was always meant to be. Is it going to be really hard and really brutal for a very long time? Yeah, but that was going to happen anyway. It was artificially stopped before, and nature has to be allowed to take its course, right? So it's brutal. One might even say it is a brutalist mindset. But if it leads to the overall best outcome, can you really argue against it? Maybe, but there's something to be said for taking that path. It's what O'Keefe said. With release, you lose humanity. He had a very pessimistic and nihilistic approach, but he wasn't wrong. He betrayed all mind because of what he learned about release. Yeah. And it, really depends on... Oh, God. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. It really depends on how much that base human existence matters, both to you and on the wide scale, versus the potential of what can be achieved, right? We don't know what life is like for humans anywhere else in the galaxy, and this is clearly by design. Exactly. There's definitely implications due to, the augmented human program and the fact that you have so many people willing to fight as mercenaries on this planet and get killed at the whim of the corporations having so much power. There's a lot of things you can infer from that, but were never explicitly said, and that is, like you're saying, 100% by design. Like reverse coral interface experiments, where the goal is to connect coral to bodies. Yep. Like how you're ready to bash your head against the boss for hours, but ended up beating him in 10 minutes. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. That's how it always goes, right? You bash your head against a FromSoft boss for like 3 hours, you get super frustrated, super pissed off, you put it down, you come back in a day or two with a clearer head, still have all the experience that you gained from those hours of head bashing. Maybe you tune your build, change some things up, and then boom, you get it. And I figured that was going to happen here. Maybe life is a post-apocalyptic hellhole on Earth. Maybe it's a glorious sci-fi utopia. Yeah, we don't know. Was this really the best outcome? Could things have been done differently to achieve a more optimal result? Would there be any point? Well, the thing that's important to keep in mind as well is the existence of the coral. Like, for the coral, this is clearly the best option because they're not going to be used and abused and fought over and be inadvertently caused to create these massive, devastating explosions that wipe out life, right? Like, they don't have to worry about that anymore. So for them, this is a net positive, easily. And then in the way they view things and the way Air and 621 seemingly viewed things, they also get to do what we were saying and bring humanity up out of that mire that it was presumably in, at least that I imagined it was in, and go from there, right? And actually achieve something more. At the very least, we know there was a war on Jupiter. That's very true. That is very true. We did know, we heard a bit about that, actually. That was the background of Michigan and a few other characters, so. Will's just piggybacking off my comment about endings and make you think about it well, but also fair. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I know. All right. Let's see what we got here, folks. Anything different, changed, anything, or are we done? Oh.
Registration number RB23. Call sign Raven.
Okay, yeah, it's
Authentication
new game
complete.
now.
Removing MIA status.
Cool.
Restoring access privileges.
Very cool.
This is Allmind, the mercenary support system.
Now,
Welcome back, Raven.
I have to wonder, because it definitely, the implication seems to be there that Allmind is very much aware of the loops, right? Ooh, certification Stargazer. You've completed every mission. Nice. Very nice. And we never really revisited that. Like, the implications does seem to be there a little bit that Allmind is aware of the loops, especially because her dialogue changes throughout the new games. But that never really got touched on again, and I have to wonder why. Is that just something that's meant to be left ambiguous and leave us wondering, like FromSoft likes to do? Is there something we're missing there? I don't know. Also, I want to know more about Branch. You know, actual Raven in Nightfall and his crew. Like, we don't know that much more about them. I'm wondering if that's something that'll get touched on in DLC or something like that, because that's definitely interesting. I would like to know more about them and what they were up to. Love the entirely casual way the game introduces its main antagonist. Yup. Well, and what's funny is it does depend on your route. If the loops are not canon, right, then it is entirely route dependent on if Allmind is actually the primary antagonist or not. Now Allmind's name means something totally new. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Still need to axe Michigan thinking about it. Ooh, good luck. That's a fun fight. Something Majora's Mask. What does Majora care that you win? It has dozens of doomed timelines for itself. Very true. Can you get Raven's build? I actually already have it, Michael. We got it from the... We unlocked it from the arena fight against him. And that's where we got the headpiece as well. I've got it right here. AC data...